Hey, what up everybody, Mark here. We're gonna go over some fun stuff today. It is a full in-depth review of the premium connectivity. I've been using it for about a week now, I think it is. And I wanted to go over what I like about it, what I don't like about it, and then also what you can expect, I guess, in the future. As well, we're gonna compare how much data is being used from a Wi-Fi tethering comparatively to this here. It's gonna be some estimates, but we're gonna go over it here. All right, so after 1.3 miles of driving, we used 1.2 megabytes of data. And that's something to think about if you drive long days like that, because it is probably going to refresh the maps and purge them. It's not going to keep it in storage like that. But you are going to have 1 megabyte approximately per mile, it seems like. So Tesla really hasn't said, again, how much data is going to be allowed. But in their limitations on excessive data use, yes, in some cases where data usage is deemed excessive and exceeds fair daily usages, we reserve the right to reduce connectivity bandwidth. But they have the terms and conditions right here, and it's extremely lengthy, but it's somewhere buried in that. I'll put a link to that so you guys can review that on your own there. So if you are thinking about getting it, here's what the premium connectivity includes. It's going to include in standard only navigation. What you don't get is live traffic visualization, satellite maps, video streaming, karaoke, music streaming, and internet browser. So once you jump over to the premium for the $9.99 a month, then in fact you do get all of those included in there. And anything they come up with in the future, you're probably going to get that too. So as you guys can see here, after subscribing or just alerting that I was subscribed, what Tesla looks like it did is they gave everybody a 1-month trial that was not on premium connectivity at all. And that's exactly about what happened here, because January 7th is when I got the email and the notification that says, hey, your connectivity is going to expire on January 7th. So what I did is I went ahead and subscribed and paid for the $9.99 a month just to make sure that I was in fact going to have all the updates. Those updates came about anywhere from 2 to 4 hours after you paid for the update, or after the update was pushed from Tesla after the email came through. I don't know which one triggered it, but some people were saying that they got the email, and then when they subscribed to it, then they started seeing the satellite maps and the traffic coming through. One of the things that I really like about it is because the satellite is pretty much updated. As you can see my house here, I can't zoom in any further. That's the max zoom that you have. But my house is updated. This photo here was taken probably about 9 months ago from estimates on what I see in the driveway and also the roadway conditions like that. Now, why this is nice for me is because if I go to different places, if I'm looking for some particular places for work, sometimes they're not always easily marked. So I can come on here and see a bird's eye view of, for instance, if this was a private estate here, a private venue that I need to get down, I could say, okay, there it is, because GPS doesn't always take me to some of the venues that I go to. Their houses or their roadways are kind of far out, and sometimes they have a long driveway that's sometimes like 3/4 of a mile long. And it helps me locate things a little bit easier here. I can see on the screen kind of what I could see if I were flying or using the drone there. So while I'm working, if I'm doing some photo shoots or anything like that, I can actually find some good locations within a radius of where I'm at based off of what I see on the screen here. The last and final thing here is just pinching out and zooming. It just looks really cool to be able to see a full map of like the United States or your region in Florida. You can just come in and have that in there and get an idea what is going on throughout your state. Now here's the trouble with the maps and the traffic. Traffic is really cool. I'm going to show you guys what that looks like, but I'm going to switch over to the other view. I'm going to go back to this view because now you're going to see, if I pinch and zoom it into this same section right here, the traffic to me in the satellite view does not show up real well. But in the hybrid view, I guess you would say, or not even a hybrid view, the map view, you can see a bit more of the traffic on there. What's strange about the traffic is that I guess it's through Google and Waze. Waze gives me a little bit different information, but Google owns Waze and they kind of share the data in there. Even if you're not using your GPS or your Waze, we're still getting that data information because that's what that background service does. It sits there and actually runs in the background. Here's the weird part about it. I'm going to go back to where I'm at right here, and I'm going to just zoom in on a location where I'm at. This road right here, as soon as it goes in, this road, Charles Street, this road is just on the other side of me right here, and there's all these phantom traffic warnings, like cautionary warnings here, That road's 25 miles an hour on there, and then down here, I can expect it right here where this is, because that's an intersection right there. But over here on this road, on this one, not many people go there. And if I go there, I can show you that there's no one there. I see this happening a lot. It's not necessarily just with that one right there, but it's like this road right here. This is Saul Street. This road is not heavily driven right now, and also it's just a stop sign, and you either make a left or right hand turn. There's nothing crazy about it. But where it gets weird is when you'll see this in neighborhoods, like this particular one right here on Oak Street, and just in a random spot. That's where it kind of gets weird. I don't know what's going on with it. So we're getting like not phantom traffic, but phantom traffic. That's really what it is. I guess it's just the data's coming in through Google, and Google's saying like, all right, we've got slow traffic here. Let's report it. Let's send it out and push it out to whoever's using the API of the Google Maps. Now, rerouting with traffic, that works pretty great. I've been rerouted before, and what's good about it is if you jump into your navigation and you come in here and your online routing, it says generates an optimal route and takes real-time traffic conditions into account while navigating. So what's nice about that is it's just like Waze, it's just like any of those ones. So if you want to save more than 10 minutes, or if you want to save more than like 2 minutes, 1 minute, you can set this up. 10 minutes is my optimal one. That seems to keep me on the interstate unless there's a major pileup or something along those lines. And Interstate 4 going from Daytona Beach to Orlando gets pretty backed up like that, and sometimes the wait on there is like 50 minutes to an hour. You'll be in traffic like that. So I believe with the premium connectivity and the standard connectivity, that's just the gray map, you still get the online routing. I remember seeing that before. Now, when it comes to coming into the entertainment, we're going to jump in and just do one quick thing right now. I have 3 bars. This area that I live in is notorious for bad cell phone reception signal for AT&T, and that's what we're working on right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a speed test here. I want to see how well it is. All right, so our download here is 9.87 megabits a second, 130 ping, which is kind of high. Now, that's not too bad. That's okay with streaming sites. So if you are at the superchargers and you don't have a tetherable phone, I think that's a word, but if you don't have a tetherable phone that can tether your hotspot to you, then $9.99 a month is actually really a bargain comparatively if you just are only needing the internet for the car itself. What we're going to do is we're going to jump into Netflix here. I've reset everything. We have 0 bytes listed here for the cellular data, and then as soon as this pops up, we're going to have Netflix show what bandwidth it's chewing up. So let's go just based off of the opening of Netflix and see what comes up. So just opening this got 4.7 megabytes. So let's go in here and let's see what 6 Underground is. What we're going to do is we're going to play this one here and then reset the stats on here and see about what happens. So at 4.7, loading Netflix up. And then now once we load this video, we're going to do 30 seconds of video. And from there, see how it goes. All right, so there we go. We're going to pause it. I'm going to stop it there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys here. Once you do that, that's 68 megabytes for 30 seconds worth of video to load up Netflix to get you a video and go. That's a lot of megabytes right there. I mean, and if we watch this whole movie, 30 seconds of it, there's 2 hours and 8 minutes of this. This will be well over a gig. So when we factor in the satellite maps, the traffic, and then now the ability to access the internet, stream, et cetera, and also stream your music, it does seem to be getting a lot better of a value on there, because that's one of those things that, it's an inconvenience if you have to grab your phone and then set your music up. I just want to get in the car, put my music down, tap Spotify, jump in, and actually just get right into the music and get going. It's very expensive to get a unlimited hotspot. I think it ranges anywhere from $40 to $200 for 2 gig all the way up to unlimited. So that's one thing you got to put into a factor here. Even though you can't tether the car's internet signal and give it to anybody that's in the car here. So someone actually asked me in the forums, can you actually download your over-the-air updates with premium connectivity? I just got an update over here, and guess what? Let's check it out. We'll see if we can. We're going to go over here and update available, and it says connect to Wi-Fi. So unfortunately, we cannot do over-the-air updates even though you pay for premium connectivity. That's a downfall, because if you're on the road, if you're traveling, you would think that if you can download a 2 gig video, then why wouldn't you be able to download an over-the-air update? Now, I don't know how much how big those updates are and size-wise. So I want to thank you guys for watching, liking, subscribing, and if you have any questions, again, leave them down in the comments. Hit that bell button. I've got an update to do. We're going to put it in and get ourselves updated. I'll see you guys again soon.